Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Rob.
And this is Ask Rob and Rob.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special Ask Rob and Rob. This week we've got a wonderful listener on. I think he's been on the show before. He's calling himself Nick. But Rob, before we get on with this very special episode, let's remind everyone how they can get involved with Ask Rob and Rob, because this is our last one of the year. So we need your questions in for next year.
Yeah, we do. No more Ask Rob and Rob this year. We need a bit of time off. Come on. But of course, we're going to be carrying on in 2021, and you can make yourself part of the show and get your question answered. All you've got to do is call 013 808 0035, or you can go to propertyhub.net/ask and leave us a voicemail that way instead. And don't tell us that you're too busy to do it, because this week's questioner managed to do it at a very busy time of year for him. Let's listen to his question now.
Ho, ho, ho. Hello, Rob and Rob. This is Nick. Yes, that'll do. From up north. Yes. I thought, as 2020 had been a year that a lot of us would like to forget, that maybe you very kind and good boys could give us a little sneak peek at what you've got planned for 2021. What treats have you got lined up for us? Merry Christmas, everyone.
Wait a minute, Rob. We suspected it, but I'm convinced. This guy might be called Nick, but he's probably better known as Father Christmas or Santa. So thank you, Father Christmas, for coming on the show again. You do treat us by turning up each and every year, and we're very grateful for that. So, Rob, I think we should oblige and give everyone some Christmas treats and tell them about some of the exciting things that are coming up next year.
Let's do that. And the first thing we've got to share is unbelievably exciting, which is that early in 2021, we're going to be starting a brand new podcast. Don't worry, the Property Podcast isn't going anywhere. That's going to keep coming out every single Thursday, and Ask Rob and Rob on Tuesday as well. But in addition to that, you're getting us on a brand new podcast. And if you're thinking, hang on a minute, how much can there actually be to say about property? We're already talking about it twice a week. Well, it's not about property. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, yes, Rob, this is very exciting. We may occasionally stray on to the subject of property, but as you said, this is a completely brand new podcast on a brand new feed, on a brand new subject. Feel free to send us your guesses via the social media channels on what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be covering at Property Hub UK on all the social channels. But the good news is you won't have to wait long. All being well, we should be launching the podcast in January. Of course, we'll keep you informed and tell you more in the new year. But Rob, hopefully everyone will see that as a lovely gift and present, but we've got more.
Yeah, something that we started doing more of this year has been YouTube. We've been putting a lot more content up on YouTube. It's been very well received, but we want to do so much more. So next year, you can expect way more YouTube content for us and a whole range of different content as well. This is something we're investing in very heavily. We've just taken on a full-time videographer. That doesn't mean he's going to be following us around and doing a daily vlog of what our days are like, because that would be exceptionally boring most of the time. But he's going to be helping us do so much more frequently at a higher quality. So if you've not already subscribed to our channel, go to YouTube, type Property Hub UK, subscribe to the channel there, click the bell to get notified, because we've got a lot coming up.
Yeah, our plans around video for next year are very ambitious, so do not miss out. Make sure you get over to our YouTube channel now, Property Hub UK, and subscribe. But the ambition doesn't stop there. Our plans for Property Hub next year are massive. And we can't really talk about it just yet. We can tell you about the new podcast. That's an exclusive on this episode. We can tell you about our big plans for video. But what we can't tell you about just yet are our huge plans for Property Hub. It's so exciting what we have in store that we actually think that it will disrupt the whole industry. Big claim, but that we have big ambitions. And over the coming months, we will reveal what we're working on and what we're going to share with you. But it's something that everybody listening can benefit from. Like we try to do with everything we put out there, we want it to be the highest quality and the most use to you. And I appreciate this is a bit vague, but it's worth mentally noting that something big's happening next year, because I promise you, you'll be hugely excited by the announcement when it finally comes.
Yeah, it's so hard to keep quiet about it because it's going to change everything. It's going to be so exciting, but we must keep quiet for now. It's going to be one heck of a year. We're going to be talking about our reflections on 2020 as a year and what a year it's been. It's a year in which a lot has changed, but it's also felt like a bit of a year of consolidation for us and where a lot of groundwork has been done. And all the benefits of that are going to be reaped next year. So it's going to be a big one.
So a huge thank you to our very special guest, Santa, for calling up the show and finishing our year off in style. If you want a bit more Santa, and let's face it, who wouldn't, make sure you download Santa Radio in the App Store for free, or head over to santaradio.co.uk. It's the perfect time of year to be listening to all things Santa. Thank you for listening to another year's worth of Ask Rob and Robs. A very special thank you to those who submitted questions, and hopefully we got to the vast majority of them. Make sure you get your questions in ahead of the queue for next year, when we'll be back strong with loads of great Ask Rob and Robs. But don't worry, over Christmas, we're carrying on, as we always do, with the Property Podcast. So make sure you join us for that with a mince pie and a glass of mulled wine, if that takes your fancy. But to all our Ask Rob and Rob listeners, thank you so much for your support this year. We love what we do. We're glad you like it too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.